What is up guys, Jarv here, back today jumping into Destiny. We are back with another This Week in Destiny, giving you the full breakdown for the up and coming week. This week sees the penultimate steps in the Bladed Path quest. We have a returning exotic mission, a full breakdown of all the featured raid and dungeon content, the weekly rituals, the Nightfall exclusive loot, and so much more, so be sure to stick around and enjoy the video. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to leave a comment and rating down below, and remember to subscribe for more Destiny 2 content. Just over 60% of the viewers on the channel aren't currently subscribed, so make sure to hit that red button and ring that bell to ensure you don't miss an update. But without further delay guys, let's jump into the video. Another week and another This Week in Destiny. This week marks week 6 of Season of the Witch, and with that we get the penultimate steps for the Bladed Path quest. This week is the week where we get our final elemental attunement. To gain access to this, you'll need to crush Hive ghosts over in Savathun's throne world, whilst also attuning to the Hive elemental runes over in lost sectors in the throne world. Next week we'll see the conclusion of this quest and also a brand new mission called Sunder. This will wrap up the main seasonal narrative, so if you're not fully up to date, make sure to catch up this week to help set yourself up for some surprises upon next week's weekly reset. Now next up we're going to move on to the exotic mission Rotator, and this week's exotic mission is the Operation Seraph's Shield. Now this launched back in Season of the Seraph, so you will need to either own that season or the Witch Queen in order to run this activity. Now this is the home to the Revision Zero, the original craftable exotic pulse rifle, so whether you're new to Destiny or just took a hiatus, then this week will be the week to go pick that weapon up. Now alongside the Revision Zero we also see weapons and armor from Season of the Seraph. This includes the Fire and Forget, the Tripwire Canary, the Disparity, the Path of Least Resistance, the Judgment of Kelgoroth, and the Retrofit Escapade. On top of those, we also have the Ikelos weapons, including the hand cannon, the shotgun, the sniper rifle, and the infamous Ikelos SMG. And to top it all off, we also have the Warmind's Avatar armor set. Now, some of these weapons are the most desirable weapons in the game, and you can get deep sight resonance versions of them. So if you still haven't unlocked the weapon patterns of things like the SMG or the Retrofit Escapade, then make sure to add Operation Seraph's Shield to your list of things to do this week upon this week's weekly reset. Now next up we're going to move on to the featured raid and dungeon content for the week. Now for week 6, King's Fall returns as the featured raid. This is the first time this has been featured in Season of the Witch, and as a result all the challenges are available, which is perfect if you're still looking to earn the Kingslayer seal. And as the featured raid, it does mean you can complete the challenges on multiple occasions, therefore farming the weapons and armor. So once again, if you're still unlocking the weapon patterns for some of these incredible raid weapons, then this week will be the opportunity to knock those out. And on top of that, you can also pick up the Touch of Malice, the exotic scout rifle. This is exclusive to this particular raid and is a weapon well worth picking up. Now as for the featured dungeon, the Grasp of Avarice returns. This launched back in the 30th anniversary pack and is one of my personal favourites. On top of that though, it's also one of the best places to farm Artifice armor. Artifice armor is the most desirable armor in Destiny because it gives you a free stat boost. This will apply to any Artifice armor pieces you have and is perfect for mid-maxing your builds. You can either choose to farm the Ogre, which is the first major boss encounter, or if you're looking for a larger loot pool, then potentially the final boss. Now either way, both are great sources for loot this week, so make sure to adjust your schedules accordingly depending on what loot you want to chase. Now from here we're going to move on to Dares of Eternity and the 30th anniversary pack activity, and alongside the Scatterhorn armor set we see the return of the Lightkin armor set from Season of the Splicer. Now with all the Splicer armor available, we do see the Splicer weapons in rotation, including the Chroma Rush, the Ignition Code, the Grid Skipper, the Farewell, the Sojourner's Tale, the Shattered Cipher, the Main Ingredient, the Long Shadow, the Last Dance, the Toil and Trouble, the Wishbringer, and the Last Perdition. Now not only does the Operation Seraph's Shield have some of the most desirable weapons this week, so does the Dares of Eternity activity. Xur in fact sold a God Roll Ignition Code back when Crota's End launched at the beginning of the season, so if you didn't pick that up, or you're still seeking out God Rolls on things like the Chroma Rush or the Grid Skipper, or you're just looking to pick up the armor set to complete your transmog collection, then be sure to jump into Dares of Eternity this week. Now next up we're going to move on to the weekly rituals, and we have a returning Nightfall and Grandmaster Nightfall for week 6. this week sees the return of the heist of battlegrounds over on Mars, which is notoriously one of the most difficult nightfalls in the rotation. But with that being said, as a reward for our efforts, the Pre-Astyanax 4 will be available, which is a brand new Nightfall exclusive weapon. Now this is a solar energy bow. Now this is a precision frame and it has some pretty incredible perks on it. It comes with things like Archer's Tempo, Shoot to Loot, Enlightened Action, Perpetual Motion, Perfect Float, and Rangefinder. And in the final column you can get Explosive Head, Incandescent, Precision Instrument, Successful Warm-Up, Opening Shot, and Collective Action. On top of that, you have a choice of 3 origin traits, including Stunning Recovery, Vanguard's Vindication, and also Wildcard, a brand new trait for Season 22. Now this bow has some great roles, not just for PvE, but also for the Crucible. What kind of roles will you be seeking out? Be sure to sound off down in the comments below. Now moving over to the Crucible, this week sees the return of Zone Control alongside Team Scorched as featured Crucible Rotators. Now with those particular modes in mind, if you still have seasonal challenges incomplete that require you to jump inside the Crucible, then these 2 modes are great opportunities to knock out those challenges, especially as we often find challenges linked to these particular modes. Now from here we're going to move on to the Lost Sectors for week 6 of Season of the Witch. Now this week kicks off over at the Metamorphosis, and this will be offering exotic gauntlets. As for Wednesday, you can head over to K1 Revelation for a chance at exotic chest pieces, followed by K1 Communion on Thursday offering exotic helmets. As for Friday, alongside the return of Trials, you can head into the K1 Crew Quarters for a shot at exotic boots. And as for Saturday and over the course of the weekend, you can head over to Europa and Concealed Void for a second chance at exotic gauntlets, followed by the Bunker E15 on Sunday for another chance at exotic chess pieces. And to round out the week, we head over to the Dreaming City and the Bay of Drowned Wishes for a final chance at exotic helmets. So as always, if you're still looking to unlock the new exotics from this season, Season of the Deep, or even Lightfall, then be sure to plan your week accordingly. And if you want to check out this calendar in full for yourself, make sure to do so over in Today in Destiny, and I'll leave the link to that down in the video description below. Now next up, we're going to move on to seasonal challenges, and there are 8 seasonal challenges for week 6. The first is called Acolyte's Ascent 6, so here you need to complete week 6 of the Bladed Path quest. That's followed by Luminary 3, so you need to master the light by defeating combatants with void, arc, or solar damage, and you earn bonus progress by affecting combatants with subclass abilities. That's followed by Sympathetic Magic, and for this you need to defeat combatants in Savathûn's Spire using damage that matches your active subclass. That's followed by Bonebreaker, so here you need to crush Lucent Hive ghosts anywhere in Savathûn's Throne World, and you'll earn bonus progress during Season of the Witch activities. Next we have Mod Collector, and here you need to unlock 12 mods on your seasonal artifact. Next we have Trial by Fire Squad, and here you need to win multiple rounds in Trials of Osiris. This requires you to win 10 rounds, and in return you'll get a free Trials of Osiris weapon. Next we have Calibrate Long Range, so here you need to calibrate long ranged weapons such as pulse rifles, bows, and trace rifles, and you'll earn bonus progress for defeating guardians. And the final challenge for week 6 is called Heavy Hardware, and here you need to get final blows with heavy ammo in ritual activities, and you'll earn bonus progress for machine gun final blows or by defeating guardians. Now all these challenges offer Challenger XP, some offer Bright Dust, and one even offers a free Trials of Osiris weapon. If you're looking to get your hands on some free Trials loot, then make sure to knock out these challenges upon this week's weekly reset. So there we have it guys, a good look on everything that you can expect for week 6 of Season of the Witch. If you've enjoyed this video, be sure to check out one of the 2 videos you see here in these cards for more Destiny 2 content. And if you want to keep up to date with everything to do with Destiny 2, then be sure to hit subscribe as well. I'm going to jump into the game as always guys, and I will catch you all again very soon.